We have a simple data model, right, of developers and their websites. Let's write some of the data access objects that we might need to interact with them. So first we'll write a base data access object that has some of the common features of all data access objects. So for instance, this one will keep track of who are we connecting to, right? What driver are we using, the username and password. All these are common to all data access objects, right? So we'll declare them globally at a higher scope, right? So let's create that. Let's in here, let's in source, let's create a new class, and we'll put it in the package lecture.jdbc, .jdbc.dao. And we'll create a main file so we can test our data access. And the class, we'll call it, let's do websites first. All right, so this will be website DAO. Is that okay? Again, anything that has to do with data access to the website, you would put in here, right? You would never want to write a SQL command just to go out and fetch some data, in an arbitrary place. You want to encapsulate it in one single place, right? All right, so let's see. Oh, right, we need the base one first. Yeah, we forgot to declare the base one. Let's declare the base one. So class, this is base DAO. And here we are going to declare a couple of common features. And let's copy them here. Okay, there we go. Here are the final, so these are constants, the URL, the data, username and password, and we have to load the connection and the prepared statements. All right, now that we have that from our website, we can just extend the base DAO. Extends. There we go. So we're inheriting anything that the base DAO has declared. So from here, we can now start implementing certain things. We can say we want to implement all the various CRUD operations, right? We like to be able to create websites, remove websites, update websites, find all the websites, right? So let's first create a website, right? So typically what I'd like to be able to do is that we declare all the various URLs, the various SQL statements that we're going to need, right? So for instance, to create a website, we have create website as a constant and say, well, we want to insert into website, right? And there will be maybe the name and the description, and then the values. And the values will be placeholders, which we will feed later when we prepare the statement. Yes? Okay. And then we can write the function that is going to provide the API to higher levels. Right? We can say public int create website. Right? And we're going to provide a website instance, website. So notice that other folks who use this API are unaware that underneath they are using MySQL, right? And rightly so. Anybody who uses our API should be agnostic on how the data is being stored, right? We could be using XML. We could be writing to a file system. We could be going to a network. Okay, it should higher levels should be hidden, right, from the underlying implementation, right? So that if tomorrow you find a better way to store things into the data, right, that's okay. Everybody is just insulated from any of those changes, right? And that's the benefit of encapsulating everything into a data access object, right? You don't want to, it's much easier to maintain. So let's import that. Very good. So here we're going to have maybe int results is -1, and we're going to return the result. Okay. So here we're just going to have our regular use of JDBC. Okay, we're going to get the driver, or we could do it at a constructor. Right? We could do it at the constructor, but let's do it here. We're going to get the I'm going to say class dot for name, and we're going to do the JDBC driver. Then we're going to do the driver. Oh, we need to throw an either throw, or more commonly you don't rethrow. Right? Otherwise you are delegating, handling these exceptions at a higher level. Right? Instead, you want to again encapsulate everything here so that others outside don't have to deal with this. Right? So we're going to surround it with a try catch. There it is. And then we want a connection. We're going to use the driver manager, manager, get connection, and the connection we're going to get it from the DB URL. We're going to need also the password, the username, user. Wait, did we declare username? Really? Oh, it is. Okay, user, and then password. There we go. Right. And this also throws an exception, and we are going to add the throws declaration. No, that's not what I meant. Add catch clause. That's what I meant. There we go. So this one handles the class loader exception, right? And whereas this one handles any SQL exceptions, right? So you can handle them separately, right? And you should handle them separately. All right, now that we have that, we can now, using the connection, right, we're going to, I think we have a variable connection, don't we? Create local variable. I thought we did. Huh, okay. So let's declare it out here as null. There we go, we have connection. Now we have a connection, we can prepare the statement. So we are going to declare it here. Prepared statement. And let's load that as well. Now we have the connection. We can prepare it. Statement equal connection dot prepare statement, and it would be the create website URL SQL. Yes. And we're going to populate now the values. We're going to say statement dot set string. The first string is going to be whatever the values of the website dot name is, get name, and same thing for the description. So statement dot set string. The second string, we're going to set it to the website dot get description. Yes. And once we're done, we need to close. Oh, well, actually, we have to execute it. So it's statement dot execute query. And it executes the query. And it's going to come back with a result. Result. All right? Yes?
So there's a limit to the number of connections?
Yes.
Who should handle it? Like, does the driver manager handle it for you? Or?
So here, you are responsible for that connection. You are handling it. Right? When we see the after we come back from the break, it will be the server will handle the connections, right? When it boots up, right, even before any of your code runs, right, it connects, it creates 10 connections, however many you configure. It could be 10, it could be 20, 30, and it puts them in a pool of connections, and anybody who wants a connection asks for that connection from the pool, right? Connections are very, very expensive objects to instantiate, right? So as much as possible, you don't want to close them, because to grab another connection is very, very expensive, right? It takes a while. It has to be a lot of RAM, a lot of handshaking has to happen between the database and the application. So once you have it, you'd love to keep it, right? But again, you want to make sure that you don't you don't run out of them, right? So the best way is to use pools, right? And we'll talk about pools in a minute when we come back from the break. But here we're going to close after we execute the query. This throws an exception, I think, maybe. Let's see. Type mismatch, result set. Oh, I'm sorry. This returns a result set. All right, so let me change this. So this is a result set. Okay, so it's null. And here we're going to now want to create an object, right, for the website. Well, actually, no. We're just inserting it, right? We're receiving an object, and we're sending it. Actually, no. This is not a query. This is an update. Yes, update. Right. Query is when you are asking for data, right, from the database, right? Update is when you are either inserting, update, or deleting, right? Those are all updates, whereas query is strictly just select statements. So this indeed is an integer. There we go. Result to an integer. Go back to an integer. And this is a -1. There we go. All right. So we're going to close everything. We're going to say statement.close. All right. We're going to say connection.close. Right. Once they're closed, we can just return the -1. Return just a result. Okay? And notice I have another result at the bottom, just in case there was an exception, right? And we didn't even get to this part here, right? Okay? All right, so let's try it out. Let's see. We have in our database, we already have Alice and Bob, and let's create Charlie. Let's try it out in our main. Here we're going to instantiate our DAO. So this is our, website. We're creating a website. Let's see. What do we have for websites? I think we just have Facebook, right? Yeah, we just have Facebook. So let's create Twitter. So website. So Twitter, new website. And we can just say here, Twitter. I don't know. What is it? Connecting people. And so now I need the DAO. Let's instantiate the DAO, and it's website DAO, new website, and we can just create it. So wdao.create. Create website takes Twitter. All right. So let's try it out, see if this blows up. Let's run this as a standalone Java application. Let's run it, and it dies. Unknown database employee. Oh, this is developer, right? No, what do we call it? Lecture, is it? Is that what I called it? I forget. Lectures. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, it didn't explode. Let's go back here and let's rerun this. Okay, now we have Twitter in there, right? So we were able to insert that in there. The next couple of queries would be that I want to maybe retrieve all the instances of websites, right? And let's do that after the break, right?